Okay, so I'm gonna continue. So, right away, I was in a panic, because I really don't know what to do. Obviously I'm gonna apply for my unemployment insurance. Thank God I've been paying into that for the last year. My first year of being employed with her, I wasn't paying into that. I wasn't having taxes taken off. But the past year I have. I'm just still shocked and confused, and I don't understand how someone who knows my situation, who sees how hard I have worked. I only called in sick probably 4 times within the last 2 years. And those were before I was diagnosed, not after. And they were because I was throwing up, so I thought I had the flu, but now I probably realize it was probably the lupus, but, yeah, and, every extra hour she offered me, I took all of them except for maybe 3 or 4, which were just evening babysitting, and, I think only one time that I declined was because I wasn't feeling well. I just told her it was too long a day for me. But the other times were because I legitimately had other plans already made after work. But other than that, every extra hour she offered me, I took. And I took on her 2 nieces, along with Kyle last summer, when I was in a lot of pain and having a lot of trouble breathing. I still took them on. And I took them on for an extra $5 an hour, which I wasn't happy about the price, and I considered negotiating it, but because it was her family members, I just went with it. And, I've taken him to get his hair cut and run errands for her, and, even a couple weeks ago, I had to laminate placemats that her nieces made. And I was like, when I saw her note saying, "Can you please go and get these laminated?" It's like a half-hour walk to go and get those things laminated. And back. There and back. A half hour there and back. And, I'm thinking she knows how it is for me. Well, maybe she doesn't really understand because, she probably has the don't look sick mentality. But, a half-hour walk there and back to get placemats laminated that her nieces made. Why can't her niece's mom go and do this? She has a car. Her kids are at school all day, and she works from home. You can't tell me she can't run over there at some point during the day or on a weekend. But I never questioned these things. I just did them. I went above and beyond whatever my contract stated my duties were. And, I just feel like it's kicking someone when they're already down, and that is just lower than low, and I just don't get it. Sure, she can write me, and she has written me already my reference letter, and it is very good. And that's fine and dandy, but who is going to hire me knowing that the last 3 weeks of November, the last 2 weeks of November, I have a total of 3 or 4 appointments in the last 2 weeks. 1 in 1 week, 2 in the other week, and I still have to make an eye doctor appointment. And I'm still waiting on the cardiologist appointment, so I don't even know when that's going to be. Could be in November. Who knows? And then the first 2 weeks of December, I have an appointment each week. So, who's going to hire me knowing that I need all this time off right away? That was my first thought. My second thought was, what job should I apply for? I'm an early childhood educator. I'm trained, to work in a daycare setting. However, if I barely have the energy to take care of one child, how am I going to handle a room of 10 or more children? I don't know. And on top of that, I'm on immunosuppressive drugs, high doses of them, and, kids have germs. And, sorry, Riley wants to come in here. And, when I worked in daycare before I even had my lupus symptoms, I pretty much caught a lot of colds and stuff. Now, luckily they never hung on as long as what I've got right now. I already caught things easily and was sick a lot working in daycare. So now that I'm on immunosuppressants, I just picture me being constantly sick. I'm already constantly sick, but I'm talking, colds and flus and infections on top of that. And so, is that going to work out? And again, when you're going with a company, will they give me that time off right away? The second thing I thought of was, if I apply for another nanny job, do I have the energy to do that? Because, I barely make it now. I barely make it through the day. And the hard part is that, any ads I've seen so far for nannies, they are long hours. They want you to work like 10-hour shifts for very little money, like less than what I was making at this job. And, there is no way I can do a 10-hour day. I was doing that the last 4 weeks of summer. Remember that 8:30 to 7? And it almost had me, I don't think I could have done another week of it. It's too long. So, and then if I find, a part-time nanny job, it, again, probably won't be enough money. Most people are wanting to pay $10 an hour, and, that's too little, and it would be less hours, so it would be even less. So, I don't know what to do, and, I know that disability, if I did try for that, won't be very much either, probably. And realistically, if I didn't have to worry about money, if I didn't have to worry, this would probably be a relief for me. Because if I had the choice, I don't want people to think I'm lazy or that I don't want to work. But if I have the choice I probably would choose to not work right now. And so, you know, if we had the proper funds right now, I would probably be relieved right now that, you know, I've lost my job. Because it would mean I'd be able to finally get some rest that I really need. But my husband doesn't make much more than I do an hour. We're almost the same. And so therefore, one income isn't going to cut it. So I really don't have a choice. I have to find something. But I don't know what. And I don't know what'll work for me. If any of you out there have been in a similar situation, any ideas or advice would be appreciated. I'm planning to go to an employment office and hopefully talk to someone about what my options could be. Maybe them helping me find a new career that would work for me. I found a job posting for a part-time ECA job at a daycare center that is close to home. It would only be a 15-minute bus ride, which would be wonderful. And the hours were 7:30 to 12:30, which works for me because then I could make my doctor's appointments in the afternoon. However, I've just recently learned, since I've been out of daycare for a while, that now all daycares require early childhood educators to be registered. And to register, I have to pay a $75 application fee. The application takes 5 to 7 weeks to process. So I wouldn't get it in time to apply for this job because it even says on there, only apply if you're registered. And you have to pay a $150 membership fee, and that's annual. You have to register every year, $150. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely insane. Why make daycare workers pay $150 a year to keep their job? I mean, daycare doesn't pay that much as it is. So why would you take money from us? I mean, this is it. The cost of living keeps going up, and people aren't making enough money to keep up with it, and it's ridiculous, but yeah. So that's what I'm hoping to do, is talk to someone about my options and figure this out, but I'm just stressed beyond stress now, and, you know, it's awkward being at work now, and, you know, I'd much rather be job hunting and going to employment offices than being at work right now, but what can you do? And I don't think Kyle knows yet, and I think he's going to be rather upset because he loves me. And, yeah, just sucks. When it rains, it pours, let me tell you. 2010 is a crap year. I think this is going to be a 3-part video now because I'm at my 15-minute mark almost. Well, I guess I can wrap it up quickly. That's really all for now, except, you know, I'm in a lot of pain again, but just want to say that we raised $1,000 for the Lupus walk, so there is a happy thing. We raised $1,000, and that's including our pledges, the Bella auction, and what Alex spent at the auction, so that came up to $1,000 that we raised, so that's great. And also, I went to a support group meeting last night with Alex, and I'll tell you about that in the next video because it's done. Bye!